Welcome back, everybody. Tuesday morning show rolls on. We were just chatting on the Minnesota new high school football district that's coming out for this upcoming fall and the next year. And I thought there's one guy I know who can give us some pretty good answers on this, despite the fact I'm interrupting a vacation, so I feel terrible on that. Longtime Hawley head coach, friend of the show, Peder Naatz joins us. This is the best Zoom we may ever have. He's on his way to his lake place. His grandson's behind him. Dog's there. You are living the best summer life, my man. This is fantastic. How you been?
Oh, pretty good. And I'm not driving, so I can do this monkey business with you.
I figured anytime I can get you riled up with the State High School League is always great television. So I'm assuming you've known about this for a little bit, but tell us your reaction when you saw what the district alignment was for the next couple of years.
Well, it was a bit of a surprise that we ended up switching as many schools as we did. We thought we had a really good mesh of schools and of the sizes that we had. And now, not only are we playing a couple other 3A schools in our schedule, we've bumped a couple other things around. And why not throw Pillager in there? And why not throw Staples Motley in there, who are state caliber football teams, the last few years. And Staples Motley was in the championship game last year, and Pillager was right on the cusp of being section champion and being in the state tournament. But you know what? They don't give you an opportunity to set your own schedule. So take it as an opportunity to play some good football and be ready to roll when playoff time comes.
So for people that don't know, Peter, can you explain on the district part of it, are you obligated? You have to play all your teams that are in your district, or how does that work?
You are obligated to play the teams that are in your sub-district.
Okay.
And then you have a postseason section tournament, which doesn't necessarily mean that those teams are in your district or your sub-district, but sometimes they're in your district and your section, but not your sub-district. So if you can figure that out and make it make sense, draw it out. So this Fayette teacher, football coach can figure it out too. And so we just go where we're supposed to go and do what we need to do. And there's been some, now you got me going. There's been so many things that have changed over the years and it's just, you just got to stay flexible. You got to do with your kids. When we had the COVID season, when we had no contact, when it's the week of heat acclimatization, when they've been working out all summer anyway, all those different things. It just gives another example of another opportunity for us to work with being flexible and just thinking on your feet and getting things done however they require you to do them. So that being what it is, if you could make your own schedule, you'd win every single game, but it doesn't work that way. And, let's line them up and play them.
Now, I'm in favor. You guys playing. You got to play Barnesville every year. You got to play. I think DGF, even though I know DGF's higher than you. I would. How have you played Perm every year? I can't remember.
We've had them 4 years in a row now.
Okay.
As our opening game, and that's been a really good matchup. It's been really good games. We didn't play extremely well last year. It turns out that was the only win they got last year. So he holds that over me once in a while too. Yeah, and I tend to bring it up more than I need to as well. But so it's that'll be a good game. DGF is always a great game for the community and for the football neighborhood of Highway 10. And Tony's got a great program going there, and they got a tremendous staff, and they're not hard to figure out, but they're not easy to stop, so it'd be fun to have that game back again. And the first time I looked at it, I didn't say anything to anybody, and I just kind of sat on it for a couple of days, and it might be a big capital B of a schedule, but let's go, let's do it. Let's make it fun and get at it.
I guess my point on this, Pete, was that you should play DGF, you should play Barnesville, Perham. I think you should play Breck, and I think you should play Pelican every year. That's not, at least in my mind, for where you're located, that should be every year. Those 5 are mandatory on your schedule.
Yep, I would have to agree with you. And one of the games that we really miss, both schools miss, is playing Monome and Waban.
Yeah.
We haven't played them
Yep.
since they became the T-Birds, but we had a tremendous rivalry and a great relationship with those guys for so long. And that would be a good one that we would really want to have. It wouldn't be out of line to play Ada Borup West either.
Yep.
And just rotate things around, whether they're Class 1A or 2A or 3A. Every one of those teams that we just mentioned can compete almost every single year with everybody in that group. And, and then you have to play a 3A game to get in more points. You can lose a game and get more points than winning a game against a 1A team. It just, that whole system, try to figure that out.
I need about a week's worth of shows and I thought I'd lose their attention on talking about the house settlement. That trying to figure out the QRF might be even worse on trying to do that in Minnesota football.
Me talk about it for a week. We'd have to get a new beep button.
Describe this time. I know you're out vacation. You got a little bit of time left for fall camp. What's this like for you? Done this for so long, of the ramp up of getting ready for when you get going here in about a month.
I was just talking with some guys yesterday. We were in a golf scramble in Hawley and said, "How's your summer been?" And it's been a perfect amount of summer right now. Usually at the 4th of July, you're like, "Holy smokes, where did the time go?" But I've been able to do so many more things than I have the last couple of years that it's been really good. I don't feel panicked. I don't feel rushed. I know when I have to start doing stuff to get ready to go. And our last child, Noah, we just dropped him off on June 9th at NDSU. And so we're figuring out the empty nest thing. And that's just given us more opportunities to do some weekend things and some other stuff, because we're not running around to a camp or a college visit or something like that. And so it's good. It used to really get me going about now, because it would seem like we were running out of time, but I'm in a great place right now. I think our team is going to be something exciting. I think we're going to be younger, but we're going to be very talented, and we be able to spread the ball around all over the place.
What's Noah giving you the first impressions of summer workouts as a freshman at NDSU?
Well, I'll tell you what, he went back yesterday after being gone. They had like 4 days off on the 4th, and he was ready to go. he wrote in the guest book that my mom keeps at the lake, and he just talked about being at North Dakota State and loving absolutely every single second of it so far. So as far as we can tell, he's in the absolute right place and doing exactly what he should be doing right now.
I'm obligated to ask you a Ben Ellefson question. So give me a Ben Ellefson either play or memory that sticks out that maybe you haven't talked a whole lot about. Like, boy, that one, you look back at it, like, that was amazing that he did that. What comes to mind?
Are you talking high school or college?
Either one. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm going to say two things. The way he dominated the run game and the blocking with the Bison, just every single day, every single game, he hardly ever lost a battle blocking, and he absolutely embarrassed some people with his physicality. And the high school game, you guys were calling it. I think it was at Moorhead High.
Yeah.
His senior year, we had all of our home games at Moorhead, and I think it was against Barnesville too. Even on the south sideline, he went up with a one-handed grab.
Yep.
Very much like Diggs did, very much like Justin Jefferson does now. Just a one-handed grab up above everybody, and just a man among men, man among boys is what he was back then.
The fact that he's coaching with the Minnesota Vikings, if I would have told you that 10 years ago, that would be his destiny, would you have believed me?
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah. It's pretty darn cool that he's doing that now. Last thing before I let you go so you can get out there and actually enjoy some stuff. Around this part of the world, I'm interested in your colleagues talking with the Spuds moving up. What have you heard about, the teams from the Twin Cities coming this way? Is the griping, have you heard from your colleagues about them having to come up all the way to Moorhead?
No, not too much. I'm not tight with a lot of the big timers down in the cities, and I'm okay with that. But I've heard some people in our neck of the woods say, "Well, we'll see how good they're going to be now."
You know,
But that's Feeney's got a great program going there, and he's got some talented kids. You can tell that he's doing a lot of things right with the number of kids that are going on to play at the college level, whether it be D3 at Concordia, at Moorhead, at Bemidji, Duluth, and even at UND and NDSU, and even bigger places than that. So I think they're going to be just fine. The travel's going to kick them in the rear end, and it's going to
yeah.
be, it's going to irritate the guys from down in the cities. Instead of driving 40 minutes, you're going to drive 4 hours. But hey, you choose to live there, you got you got to try to enjoy it.
Say, welcome to the party. Everybody else had to travel. You've traveled all over the place too for state tournament, your state games, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that's okay. That's a state game.
Yep.
You're playing for some big stuff then, so that's kind of cool. And traveling for those, that's easy peasy.
It's great to see you, bud. Thanks so much for doing this. Be well. I hope you catch something on the lake today, and we'll see you when football gets closer, okay?
All right, dude, man. Good talking with you.
There he goes. Peder Naatz, longtime Hawley head football coach, friend of the show, giving us, as I knew he would, give us some good stuff there on the latest on the Minnesota high school football districting. If there was any way to get actual answers on this, we'd pay good money. Because right now, who knows? The way to figure it out is just bizarre. But that's, at least from the Hawley side of things. Again, the lineup of the district for what Hawley has is Barnesville, DGF, Perham, Pillager, and Staples. Pillager and Staples, we both saw at the Fargo Dome, the games we televised last year at the in the section championship games that we do at the end of October. And there's two schools there that are already, Perham's a 3A school and DGF's a 3A school. Make it make sense to me. East Grand Forks is paired with Park Rapids, Thief River, War Road. Roseau is a 3A school. I was told that off the air. And Pelican, who's barely a 2A school. I mean, I'm not sure why they don't let them control their own scheduling. That part is odd, but we could literally fill a week of shows talking on high school football scheduling, classes. I'm not sure anybody would like it, but we could do it without any equivocation. I can tell you that right now. On either side of the river, whether it's North Dakota or Minnesota, each have their own issues. Each of them make it way harder than it needs to be. I think if we got 10 people in a room, we could get this figured out. No football coaches or administrators in there. We could figure it out and say, hey, what are you guys doing? This is the easiest way to go about it. I'll just go back on the North Dakota side of things that Davies didn't play North last year. Something like, what? What are we doing? Like Shanley went to Bismarck I think Mark Gibson told Bismarck came east like 5 times last year. Like, what are we doing? Make it make sense, people. All right, we're due for a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up. Get you ready. We got a good Sports Tuesday on tap. We'll preview that before we get out the door. Hot Mike will wrap on WDAY Extra right after this.